I think there's a lot of people that grew up in homes where parents were critical of each
That's true.
other, like picked
Hmm.
apart each other and maybe picked apart their children. And I think when you grow up in a home like that, I think it's important to be really mindful of how it can be easy to focus on those negative critical parts and to look for things to pick apart and then to focus on those and build a narrative.
That's a
Um,
great point.
so pay attention to the culture that you came from
Hmm.
and how the people in your family were held. Were they
Hmm.
loved and cherished and revered, or were they like picked apart and criticized all the time and judged?
Well, that's right. That's right. And another way into the storytelling and the narrative is to look at what part of me shows up in my relationship.
Yeah.
Because the authors of our narratives and of our stories about our partners is created, edited, and authored by our parts. And
Mhm.
so, riffing on what we said in the last part of the first part of this two part podcast is that, you know, these parts of us, how we show up, are really, really important. Not the least of which is these parts tell stories, and your narrative will be filtered through the aspect that's present in your relationship most often. So if you're in a very protective side of yourself most often, or a very critical side of yourself most often with your partner, you can bet your narrative will be pruned and edited in kind
Yes,
to reflect how you're showing up, and you'll
exactly.
see it in how you guys interact.